Hey guys, I don't have a pre-made video for you. I want to do a live. So we are playing around with the news, a Hero Arts collaboration with Simon Says Stamp. And we're going to be masking, we're going to be using all these florals, and we're going to use very basic supplies to create this card. We're going to be using the Simon Says Stamp Intense Black. This is a beautiful black ink that I really like to use with Copics. And in this case, it's going to be for our sentiment. Then we're going to use a variation of blue. So for this, we're using the Altenew Ocean Waves inks. Ta-da! And then we are also going to be using the crisp Altenew Date Night. Next up, we have the Altenew Sapphire. And then for our adhesive, we have the Tombow Permanent and then the Tombow Liquid Glue Aqua. Then we have 2 pieces of white Neenah cardstock, 110 pound. As you can see, I have trimmed this to be a bit shorter than the other one, and it's going to mat quite nicely. And then I have my Nuvo drops, and this is in the gloss Midnight Blue, and it kind of matches with all that other pretty blue stuff. We have a piece of foam adhesive, and we can get started. Let me readjust my camera so you can see the full magic of this. There we go. All right. Hey guys, welcome. Welcome. I cannot see if you're chatting at me. So if you can, say hello. Make sure that it is all coming through. Okay, so we're going to begin. So I have a piece of blank printer paper. And I'm going to cover my surface because I don't want my surface to get dirty. I'm going to set these things aside. And then I'm going to begin by masking. So what we're going to do is I have some purple tape. And purple tape, you know, I bought the kind of less expensive version of Painter's masking tape. And it just rips up my cardstock. True story. So I went back to just buying the iCraft purple tape that is actually made for this. And so that's just a little tip. I was really trying to be economical about my craft supplies, and it didn't work out. So we're going to add those pieces. I want to make sure that my sentiment is going to fit and there's enough room, and there is. So we are ready to roll on this part. Okay, I have my acrylic blocks. So I have this main, what do you call it? Willows. They're the vintage flowers. Oh, hi. Thank you so much for commenting. Like I said, I cannot type back because I'm showing you how to make a card. However, do leave me your comments. And at the end of the stream, I will go ahead and place everything that I used and all the items. All right, so we're going to ink it up with the Altenew Sapphire. Make sure that we get it all. And then we are going to start stamping. And so we're going to be using 3 colors of blue, and we're going to layer these florals. And there's already been a ton of inspiration on Instagram. And guys, I kind of got my stamp set a little bit late, and I thought, you know what? Let's do a live. That's always so much fun. It's like crafting with friends, and it works, right? So have any of you bought any of these Stamptember releases? I think one of my favorites has been the Studio Caddy one, and another of my favorite was the Paper Rose, the Christmas. Oh, absolutely loved it, and I think I'm going to make all my Christmas cards with that. But anyway, so this is the Hero Arts Stamptember exclusive, and I do hope that they still have them. I actually didn't check. I just wanted to use it and show you guys how to create a mask card. All right, let's see. We're going to move on to the next floral. And I think we're going to do this guy, which is just a set of little leaves. I'm going to put it on my Simon acrylic block. I'm going to bring in my second color, which is going to be the Desert Night from Altenew. And then I'm going to ink it up. All right. And we're going to layer these guys just a little bit. And again, we're going to go and layer more of this bigger willow with the other blue colors, but I did want to create some dimension. So I'm going to come back with that large stamp of the willow. We're going to ink it up. And then we're just going to continue stamping down. So you can do it both ways. You could bring ink pad to acrylic block or acrylic block to ink pad. I don't think there is a right or wrong way to do that. Okay. And then we're going to clean this off. And I really want to have more of this really ocean waves color, but I don't want it to come down here. I don't want this part to be down here. So I'm going to clean off my acrylic block with baby wipes. And I wish I would have bought stock in baby wipes because I use them so much between stamping and babies. We are going to clean that off. Okay, so that should be dry. We're going to ink up just the top part of this floral. And we're going to stamp that bottom. And then we're going to flip over or flip around. And again, if you end up getting some of that ink at the bottom part, just clean it off. It's looking very willowy. So I live in Wyoming and the moose live in the willows here. So that's all I can think about when I say willow or flowers is moose. Okay, and then we're going to put this away. And I feel we need to come down here with a little darker color. So we're going to go back to the Desert Night from Altenew and ink up just the top part. And if you're using scrap paper, you can definitely like stamp any of the remaining stuff onto your printer paper. Okay. And we're going to do the top. And we're going to do the top here. All right. So that looks pretty fun. I know the purple tape, we're going to remove everything and make some room. All right. So we're going to start removing the masking part. And when you're removing masking tape, you want to roll off. You don't want to pull up because you can tear up your cardstock. So you really want to roll. And if you see it starting to tear, go on to the other side. So we'll come back. Yay, we left a little strip there. We're going to remove this. I'm going to clean off my fingers because I don't want my smudgy fingers to ruin the masking of this. There we go. Okay, now we're going to move on to the sentiment. So I have the thank you. We're going to place it there. We're going to come back with our Simon Says stamp Intense Black. We are going to ink that up. And then we're going to come down and stamp it. And hindsight, I wish I would have used my Misty because I can't stamp straight, but it works out and look how pretty. I think the black kind of makes it look like perfect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and place this beautiful masked image onto our cardstock. So I like to make all my cards card panels first, and then I attach them to my card bases, and then I can sit one evening and just make card bases. Let me grab my scissors. And we're going to trim up some of them. So this is double-sided foam, and it's more, I feel like it just holds the paper better than doing like a bunch of strips. And I love my foam adhesive. I'm not breaking up with my roll of foam adhesive. I'm just saying when you're placing stuff like that, it seems much, much easier. So I'm going to flip this around, make sure it's completely dry. Don't have inky fingers. I'm going to place some of this roller, this is Tombow. And then, so this is the foam and this is the adhesive. So I'm going to stick the part that doesn't have any adhesive. We're going to stick it down. Sorry, I'm whacking my camera there. And then we're going to remove the backing to expose the sticky part. We're going to come back to our card panel. And we're going to center this. All right. And we have that ready to go. Okay, so then this is going to be placed on a card, but we're not doing that because you know how to do that. We're going to move on to the Nuvo crystal drops. And like I said, this is the Midnight Blue. Thanks so much for watching live. I usually can't go live because I have 4 children and they're very, very, very loud. And we're just going to add a couple drops. And I don't think I've used this very much because this tip is clean. And we're just going to add a couple embellishments. And you know, you can totally do a ton of these cards in different colors. Just go ahead and select, you know, 3 colors or 3 versions of the same color, and you can mass produce this. And guys, that does it. We are at how many minutes? And we made super easy mess card, no dies. You know, I don't love to use dies. I like to just use what I've got. Anyways, that does it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope I get to go live again tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. And then I'm going to go ahead and photograph and submit all the products that I used on this. And this is the Hero Arts Stamptember collaboration with Simon. All right, guys. See you later.